What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing comes from Brewery Ommegang, and they're out of Cooperstown, New York. And this is their Double Barrel Dubbel. So they are calling this a Belgian-style double ale that is brewed with spices and aged in brandy and bourbon barrels. Sign me up. Comes in at 9.9% alcohol by volume, and according to Untappd, 20 IBUs. I don't know how reliable that is, but thought I'd mention it. And at the time of review, this beer is, I don't know how old, because I can't find a date on the bottle anywhere. If I do find a date on the bottle, I'll post it in the description box to let you guys know. But I want to say this is relatively fresh, probably around 3 months old. I think this came out a few months ago, so I would say around 3 or 4 months. Shouldn't be older than that, so should be fine. And I want to give a shout out to a fellow beer tuber, Kyle, over at No Hype Beer Reviews, because recently he drank this beer and he was really digging it. And I posted in the comments on the video like, oh man, that sounds good, I should review it, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you know what, give it a go. So I saw this locally. This is a 12-ounce bottle. It's weird because it kind of looks like a miniature 750, which is probably what they're going for. And it was like $4, and I'm like, man, I got to pick it up and I got to review it. So I figured I would do a Western New York Wednesday on them. No, not because Ommegang is from the Western New York area. Cooperstown is about four and a half hours to the east of Buffalo, New York, and the Western New York area in general. But they get good distribution here, great distribution, and have for a very long time. When I first got into craft beer in 2009, they were here, they had all their offerings, and I'm sure a lot of you out there have had Ommegang beers, if only for the fact that they inked a deal about 5 years ago with HBO for the Game of Thrones beers. You know, Game of Thrones is a huge, popular series, and I think every year they release a beer for the series, and I've had quite a few in the series, and they've been pretty good, but yeah, so anyway, Ommegang, want to show a little love for them. Hennepin, their Saison, awesome beer. I like their Three Philosophers, which is their Belgian quad. The barrel-aged version of that is fantastic, but I don't think I've had any barrel-aged beer from them outside of the barrel-aged Three Philosophers, so this one sounds delicious. On the back here, they say, for this limited release, we age our award-winning Abbey Ale in both bourbon and brandy barrels and blend the results to perfection. They talk about different tasting notes, whatever. So this is their Abbey Ale. They age it in a mix of brandy and bourbon barrels for 6 months in their cellar. So sounds delicious to me. I can't really beat that. Now on the back here, it said 50 degrees would be the appropriate temperature. This is probably well above that. It's been out of my fridge for 45 minutes, probably in the 55, 60 range, but whatever, should be fine. It's not boiling though, Paul, okay? Gonna use the Hennepin, the Ommegang glass, but only half of a hashtag because this is actually the Hennepin glass, but it's an Ommegang glass, so we're close. Let's give it a pour here. Go about halfway, be able to get my nose in there. So yeah, wow, pours out this nice, like almost mahogany maroon color. Yeah, that's beautiful. It has some clarity to it, but there's a little bit of haze there. It's murky a little bit. Yeah, but like around the edges of the glass, it's more of like this lighter red, but as it gets deeper, it's more like mahogany, I would say. Has about a finger, half a finger of this light tan, almost khaki colored head. Looks nice, not gonna lie. That smells fucking dynamite, Jesus. Yeah, wow. So just all the confectionery sweetness. I'm hoping this beer isn't too sweet, but based on the nose, all the sweetness. Tons of caramel and toffee, brown sugar, turbinado sugar, just confectionery sugar. Then you're getting that barrel, like a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of nuttiness as well. Yeah, vanilla, oak. You can smell the brandy. You can smell the bourbon. Again, they're aging this for 6 months and blending it, and you can tell. And if they took their base Abbey Ale at 8.2% and this is 9.9, that means they were either wet barrels or they bumped up the Abbey Ale. I don't know which one it is, but based on what I'm smelling, there's a lot of barrel in here. A little bit of like a dark fruit as well, almost like a plum. Yeah, more like a plum or like a sweet dark cherry. Yeah, it smells crazy sweet, but in like the best way possible. It smells like a very rich and robust dessert beer that as an adult I would want. It doesn't have like just straight on like sugary vibes. It has confectionery sweetness, don't get me wrong, but it has that more rich and robust sweetness that I guess as you get older, you kind of, you at least for me, I can't speak for anyone else out there, but as you get older, you don't want just straight up like sugar. You want a little bit more to it. You want a complexity to it. And that has it in spades. At least the aroma does. Anyway, I want to get into it. So cheers, everyone. And shout out once again to Kyle for basically recommending this beer. I truly do appreciate it. Ooh, that's silky smooth. First thing I can say is that 9.9%, no alcohol. There's no warming. There's no astringency. There's absolutely nothing. So shout out to Guy over at Drinking Canada. This is a very, very dangerous beer, no doubt. And so the taste isn't as complex as the nose would indicate. There definitely is that caramel, toffee, brown sugar, turbinado sugar, confectionery sweetness, but it's dialed back quite a bit. This actually has a decent bitterness and a decent dryness on the back of the palate to kind of balance out this beer a little bit more. The mouthfeel, the barrels have smoothed it out. It's very smooth and soft and almost creamy in a way. It is a bit thin. I would say like medium full bodied as opposed to full body or even lower side of full body, which is fine. But I was hoping for a little bit more oomph to the body. Paul probably would think this drinks like, bottled water or something. I don't know, distilled water, but it doesn't. It's just a bit thin. There is the barrel character again, but everything seems to be dialed back about 20 or 30% from the nose. All the flavors I had in the nose, or that I was getting in the nose, from the brown sugar to the turbinado sugar, caramel, toffee, caramelized sugar, vanilla, a little bit of nuttiness, dark fruit, plum, sweeter cherry, all that's here, but it's just muted a bit. And it actually works though. It works and enhances the drinkability for me anyway. Like I could probably drink this entire bottle plus another one, or if this came in a 750, I think I could drink the entire thing and not get sick of it. It's not overly sweet, and that was the thing I was worrying about this. I was thinking it was going to be sweet and nothing but sweetness, but that dryness and slight bitterness on the back end, almost an oaky tannin bitterness, is just, it's fighting off that sweetness. It finishes semi-dry, but without that oaky tannin or that bitterness, it would probably finish straight on sweet. And after one of these, maybe this entire bottle would be too much. I don't know. Not much more to say about it though. It's very well blended. I don't want to compare it to like, put it this way though. I will say this. I'm not getting a ton of Belgian influence from this one. There isn't like a huge yeasty, spicy component there. I don't know if I'd be able to tell you that the base is a Belgian-style Dubbel. It just comes off more of like almost like an old ale or like a lighter barley wine than anything else. Doesn't seem like the yeast is playing a huge role. Maybe there is a little bit of spiciness there, but again, that could be confused with a lot of things. That said, as far as just pure enjoyment factor, I'm fucking loving this. This is a great beer. This is probably one of the best Ommegang beers I've had since the barrel-aged Three Philosophers. So I'm going to give the Double Barrel Dubbel from Ommegang, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. This is fucking great for $4 a bottle. And what you're getting here, it's complex, but not overly so. It's blended well. The only thing, again, it's lacking is probably more of the Belgian-style Dubbel characteristics, which you might say, well, it's the Double Barrel Dubbel. Wouldn't you want the base beer to shine? Sure. If I was rating this a style, probably would be under a 4, but I'm not. I'm rating it to my personal enjoyment, and this is a great beer, and it's getting a 4.5 out of 5. So once again, thanks to Kyle for recommending this one to me. I'm really happy he did, because for $4, this is a fucking dynamite beer. And if you guys get Ommegang, and most of you probably do, and you see this in your area, pick it up. It's a great beer, especially for the price. The value is there. So anyway, that was a 4.5 out of 5 for the Double Barrel Dubbel from Ommegang. Appreciate you guys stopping by another Western New York Wednesday. Until the next one, cheers, and we'll see you soon.